Welcome everybody to our golden drop. I'm Sharon, and I am very happy to be joining you from South Royalton, Vermont at Girls Camp. And Miss Michelle is an acupuncturist. She's an energy healer. She's an essential oil expert. She is, I think, one of the most talented women I've met in a really long time. I'm so grateful to be able to rub shoulders with her. She offers a lot of knowledge and background in super simple tips. You can follow her on Instagram and Facebook, and she'll share with you where you can find her tips and tricks. She's got a couple of different ones, so she'll do all of that. Without any further ado, we want to turn the time over to Dr. Markham. So thank you for joining us today, Michelle.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet, because I think the same thing about you. And you know what, you have like inspired me, as well as a lot of the other women that I've gotten to be friends with ever since I joined doTERRA. So right back at you, babe.
Thank you.
So I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. There's so many things to talk about, but I thought since it was BOGO week, I was just going to wait and see what the BOGO was. And since it's past tense, I think a lot of people underestimate what we can do with past tense. And I'm going to try to be as compliant as possible. I did one compliant video and one not as compliant video today. But so the mood aspect. Well, first of all, I think I should probably talk about what's in it anyway. And I did write it down so I wouldn't forget anything. But it's got wintergreen, it's got peppermint, it's got frankincense, it's got cilantro, marjoram, chamomile, lavender, basil, and rosemary. So, I mean, that's like major powerhouse stuff right there as far as I'm concerned. And you can think about like what I was really thinking about when I was looking at the emotions book. It's probably usually where I go to first, is I look at the emotions book and I really get that, I listen like for that understanding of the energetic emotional aspect, because everything that we feel physically, there's always going to be an emotional mirror. And you know that. I mean, it's like, it's that way with herbs, it's that way with life, and it's definitely that way with oils. So when I think about past tense, I think it was really marketed for head tension and neck tension. Mm-hmm. That was really like what people think of it for. And that was my experience with it the first time I ever used it. Roger Webb was up here in Michigan doing Diamond Club when I first enrolled 2.5 years ago. And we're sitting in my office, and we had 12 classes scheduled for the whole weekend. And my head, I started feeling it. That one kind of head tension that puts you on the floor in the dark for days, you know, that kind. And I knew it was coming, and I thought, oh no, this is really not good. And he passed me the past tense, and I'm not joking you, my head was clear and good within like 3 minutes. And that was the first time in my whole 20 years of using oils that I had had a life-changing experience. So that was my oil moment, my first time. It was with past tense. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. How does that stuff work? And I used it that way for a long time, for shoulder tension when I was at work, especially doing massage and leaning over people, sticking needles in them and hunching over, or when you're sitting on the computer for long periods of time, or driving, you know, like all the times you guys spent driving across country. I could just see like where past tense could really come in when you're in traffic going like this, you know, and all that. So I was just thinking about it this morning when I was writing about it. And I was thinking about whether you have a spiritual, emotional, or physical thing that's going on where you feel like you're on the cliff, like hanging on with your little fingers, just gripping so tight, going, if something doesn't give in about a minute, I'm going to be done. Like I'm at my wit's end. I can't take anymore. And I thought about when my mom was dying of cancer in her last year, and I started with doTERRA, I think maybe 2 or 3 months before she passed away. I would go out there in the morning. I would come back and go to my clinic, and it was a 5-room clinic with lots of employees. It was very busy. And then I would go back to the clinic, or back to my mom again. Plus I had kids, plus I had a husband. I was so exhausted, and I was using a lot of past tense at that time. I didn't know I was using it for emotional benefits. Mm-hmm. And I think about that now, it kept me going. It kept me going when I felt like, oh my gosh, everybody wants something from me and I don't have anything left to give. And Wintergreen is so amazing because especially as women, I think more than anything, and men do it too, but women, we have to take care of our babies. We have to take care of, we're caretakers, we're caregivers, and we have to do so much of that. And I think this is an amazing oil for anybody who's a caregiver of any kind, new moms, people who are taking care of aging parents, teachers taking care of like a whole classroom of kids, because we carry all that like right up here. And it's like our throat chakra and our shoulder. So this oil for like those emotional things, I think it's more powerful that way than it is for what, the muscle tension that you think of it for. I think it's amazing. I love it. So that's my tip.
I love it. Will you tell people where to apply it, Michelle, really quick?
Yeah, so I always say with oils, I think on several levels. I think about Chinese medicine, I think about Ayurvedic medicine. So I think about the chakras definitely in Ayurveda. I think about Chinese medicine. So I say there's so many places you could apply anything, wherever you're feeling it in your body. So if you're feeling it in your heart, put it here. If you're feeling it in your neck, definitely put it there. If you're feeling the tension here, like mine, I get those gallbladder head tension things that are right here. And so I put it right on my temples, so wherever you feel it, that's your intention of sinking that, driving it right there. So where you feel it, that's where you put it. That's how easy it is. You don't even have to know your chakras or your meridians. You just put it where it hurts.
Exactly. I love that you brought that up, because people who are just getting into this and they've heard what a chakra is, they've heard of meridians maybe, or zones, and they're like, this is a little new to me and it might seem weird, but they're interested. You don't have to know that stuff. So I love that you said that. It's just kind of like, where it hurts, put it. and it's so true. And if you have fibromyalgia, this is a really great support, okay? Really, really super good support. Put it on those joints that are not feeling super awesome and use it that way. And I think the first time that I realized this was an emotional oil actually was with Nora Johnson, because she kept telling me, I love PastTense at nighttime when I'm going to bed. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? She goes, no. She goes, my whole family, Kylie and I bathe in it. And I was just like, wait a minute, something else has to be going on here. And then he's not really, Daniel McDonald wrote his book. And sure enough, when you look at that book, all the things that Nora and Kylie were going through at the time, spot on for why she was craving it, why their family was craving it. So I love that you brought this up. This is an awesome tip. I so appreciate it. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you. I'm lucky to have you too. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you. So tell us where people can find you on Facebook and Instagram. Would you do that really quick?
Yep. So on Facebook, I have a group that's open to anybody, no matter what team you're on. It doesn't matter. I let everybody in, and it's called Essential Oils, Tips, and Recipes. And on Instagram, my main account is at Dr. Markham, ND. So at DrMarkhamnd. I also have two other accounts on there. One is called DT Diffuser, and it's just like, I think there's like 600 diffuser recipes on there. I just screenshot all of my stuff and all of anybody else's stuff and doTERRA's stuff, and I put it on there. So if you're like at a loss for a diffuser recipe, you're like, I don't know what to put in my diffuser today. You just go on there, scroll through, and you're like, ooh, that one's a good one. It's awesome. I love that. I love that account. So
yeah, it's a great one. Well, you guys, this is awesome. Does anybody have any, do you have any questions today? Let's talk about that BOGO, because Michelle, tell us what the BOGO is. So you buy
Peppermint for $20.50 if you have a wholesale account. And what is it if you have retail? It's $28.
Yeah, 28,
yeah,
25
an
or something
amount.
like that.
And then you're going to get a PastTense for free, which it wholesales for $19, I think. And so, I mean, that's an awesome deal. So basically, for people who didn't have a wholesale account today, you get half of your wholesale paid for by getting these two oils. I mean, over half, actually, because $19 times 2 is almost 40. So if you got a wholesale account today, that's amazing. But if you already have one, I mean, I stocked up. I actually got 5 of them because we use it so much.
Yeah. Right. I am putting this in here. It's DT diffuser recipes, right? DT diffuser.
Yep,
on
DT
Instagram.
diffuser. Mm-hmm.
That's what I put. Okay, so I had it right. So that I put it in the chat group again because somebody was asking. So it's in the chat. DT diffuser on Instagram, or where all the doTERRA diffuser recipes are.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So you guys jump onto that Instagram, or not Instagram, that BOGO for today. It's amazing. And thank you again, Michelle. You know, the best way to be able to pay it forward, I love this call because you can go through all of these golden drops and just share in, you know, in a bit.ly form, or just share the link off of Vimeo or YouTube to anyone who has a question about this. And about different essential oils, like, hey, here's a quick tip. I was thinking about you when I saw this, and I thought you might enjoy this quick call. And it's free. If you want the information, you can join this call every week if you would like. And it's just a way for you to pay it forward into your community, you guys. And then the other way, obviously, is using our loyalty reward. And the BOGOs can be purchased on loyalty reward, which is so awesome because there are some that they don't let you do that. So you can call in at 1-800-411-8151, and doTERRA will get that out to you right away, or place it through your loyalty reward program online. And you know, shipping's for free. It recycles back into your account. So don't be afraid, like, I just spent $28 on shipping this month or this week, and for BOGOs alone. You know what? 28 points is going back in your account, and you just got a boatload of essential oils for free with that. So don't shy away, you guys. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for joining us, you guys. I appreciate your time and your energy and your effort. And Renee, always thank you for being here and doing our recording for us. We so appreciate you. Thank you.
Love you.
Bye, guys. Love you too. Bye.